And welcome back, everybody, to the Stone and Crane Show. I'm your host, Stone, followed with Crane on the other side, also known as Zero Cool.
Yo,
I was gonna say your numbers too, but I totally blanked on them.
that's okay.
Anyways, this week talking about the Monsterverse, at least the movies. Uh, I don't know.
For people that don't know, Monsterverse is right now they're building that up as Godzilla, King Kong.
Yeah, I would say so. Kind of, leaning back into, what Godzilla has been um, making a universe, in which Godzilla lives in and everything that entails.
Yeah,
All the kaiju and monsters and 300-foot apes that roam the earth.
Kong, dude. Uh, Finally made King Kong cool.
Fuck yeah, man. Wasn't I mean, I enjoyed 2005's King Kong. I mean, I know King Kong itself wasn't as great, at least not as great as these ones. Or
Yeah, never. I was never a King Kong fan.
no,
No, not until now. I mean, it's cool concept and stuff like that, but I didn't like the 2005 one or really any of the old ones. And I was always an old school monster film fan, man. I love the old Godzillas, a lot of the old monster movies and stuff, man. But Kong never did it for me.
mm-hmm.
Just really, I don't know. I don't know. It's never really, for as intelligent as gorillas are, they always made Kong dumber than regular gorillas. So that's what I like about this Kong is that he's fucking really smart,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that's what that they made him an actual giant gorilla. So it's really cool. It's really great, and I mean before we get into too much, that's what I like what they do with this Godzilla too is that they did a really good job giving him a lot of facial expressions
Yeah,
and working with that, and that's what I was super impressed about the CGI that they did with his body, with like the arms, the build of the look of him, and then just with the facial expressions that he had throughout all of the movies were just sort of pretty good. They gave him personality.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, especially in Godzilla versus Kong. Man.
yeah, yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
So,
So, yeah.
started with Godzilla 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if they initially had this intent when this first came out to I mean, I know they wanted to explore a bigger universe, I think. I didn't know they were I don't think they had this planned out when that movie came out. I think, when Skull Island came out, they obviously had King of the Monsters and Godzilla versus Kong. I think exist stories, at least had them in some sort of storyboard or something by then. But I think initially when Godzilla came out in 2014, this is not what they pictured, but it's
Yeah.
turned out very great. You can kind of see that in the main characters, the main human characters, anyways. Besides the monsters, kind of transition from what they were in that 2014 movie to what they became kind of in King of the Monsters and Kong. Obviously, Skull Island took place in the 70s versus the other four taking place in basically right, when they came out. Godzilla about 2014 and about I don't really know. Actually, I was pretty sure Godzilla versus Kong and King of the Monsters was a good. I want to say they said like a 5 year gap or something at least.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And but hey.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know. Like when they made it, I don't know if they're expecting like the box office success or just the success in general behind the movie. I mean, I know the movie gets a lot of criticism. I feel like it's a good monster movie, and I feel like it's a good Godzilla movie. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly could say it's the best Godzilla movie ever made. I mean, I know there's a lot of diehards from the originals, but those originals were crap, right? I mean, they were great when they came out. They were fun and stuff, but they don't hold up to today's standards, of course, right? I mean, you still go back and watch now and have fun watching those old school ones just because they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
But they're this with this Godzilla, man, with how was it Gareth Edwards, right? The way they shot some of the scenes with what are the Mutos, right? What they called the villains, the bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then the way they shot Godzilla, like from the people angle, the way they made the scale of how big they are
Mm-hmm.
is just really good job, man. And like how they made them the lead up to like them actually being there and stuff like that. They just did a really good job compared to you know what was the other Godzilla? The was that the in the '90s? The other one, the bad one,
Was it 90s or was it early 2000s?
early 2000s. I don't remember. It
I want
wasn't
to
good.
say the one with all the eggs and stuff.
Yeah, the eggs, the
Like a
weird
million
Godzilla,
little Godzillas running around or something. I don't
Matthew Broderick one.
know.
I mean, it wasn't a horrible movie. It
No,
was a fine looking Godzilla. It just doesn't. It's just not very good compared to this Godzilla.
no, this,
And
yeah.
you know, it's just this Godzilla is just great, man. He's mean looking. You have like
Oh
there's just
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
the best
I,
thing about this Godzilla is how great he looks. I love
yeah,
it. I love because he doesn't look like a T Rex and he doesn't look
yeah,
like a lizard. So
yeah.
they did a great job of making Godzilla.
He looks like the old school Godzillas, but badass.
Yeah, they thickened him up and
Yeah, they gave him like a muscular structure, and they gave him a good face, and like the back is badass, and he shoots laser fire out of his face, and the way he charges that up through his back, that looks great. I
oh
mean,
fuck man.
it's just really well done,
Yeah.
man.
I,
Um,
I don't know why they. Yeah, that was something they didn't really use in those other movies, right? He was more just a
no,
big old monster.
yeah, he did like a breath thing one time, but it was like weird. It like I think it only did it because he blew up stuff around him. It wasn't even like shooting actual fire out of his.
Yeah,
He didn't
they
even
made this
shoot fire.
Godzilla how Godzilla should be portrayed.
Yes, yeah, as an
Just like,
actual monster Godzilla who like didn't care about people. He was there to kill the other monsters.
yep,
Like that's what I
this
liked
is
about
his
it too.
planet.
Yeah, this is my motherfucking land, you know. And then that's what I liked about the monsters too. Is and I've read some other stuff is that I agree is they were just being animals. Like they weren't attacking things for the sake of attacking them. They were doing them because that's what they were bred and like evolution it had taught them to do as animals. They weren't doing it out of like malice or anything like that. They were just trying to survive as an animal. So I really enjoyed all that aspect of it. So it was really good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
and
taking a little bit away from Godzilla, let's get into we talked about the how good this film did, a good job of filming the human aspect of it, of what it would be like, living in a world of Godzilla, those camera angles, anyways, and stuff like that. Uh, this had a pretty decent cast.
yeah, really good cat.
Um, you know, as you said, kick-ass boy, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Harry Taylor Johnson, yeah, yes.
Just a great
Super
job.
underrated. Yeah, super underrated role. People knocked him for this, but I didn't think it was bad.
No, the story of the human characters wasn't the greatest. I
No,
felt like,
no, I agree. Wasn't the best.
but the acting in it was fine. Was great.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, I'm not gonna say his last name. Was
Watanabe.
amazing. Watanabe.
Watanabe. Watanabe. Yeah.
Watanabe.
Yeah. Just like it's spelled. Watanabe.
Dude is he's a legend.
Yeah. He's
By
good at everything.
himself. He sure is.
Yep.
And then
He's another win column every time. Win column every time.
yeah, we got Breaking Bad,
Just like
in
Bryan
there
Cranston.
as well.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
Bryan
Olsen
Cranston's the winner every
has a
time.
few scenes, anyways. Her
Yeah.
character is super important, but
Yeah.
that kind of makes up the cast, though.
Yep.
The main characters, those three, I
Yeah.
would say, between.
Yep.
Um, they had that cool. I thought the Halo jump was, they. I feel like it was kind of ripped from. I feel like it was used back in those early 2010s. I feel like it was used in a lot of movies. But
Yeah.
I feel like the whole storm part, right when they first jump, and that whole scene is fucking badass. It
Yeah.
looks fucking amazing, man.
Oh man, some of the scenes in that movie were just beautiful in general.
Oh yeah.
This movie did not lack for the beautifulness. Oh
You're good, man. Audio's still good.
yeah, the movie did not lack for like the beautiful aspects of it. It was pretty great. So they did a really good job with all of that.
Yeah. Um, that was kind of the first one. Godzilla kicked those Muto's ass, which
Yeah,
I feel like you could. I wish they would have gotten a more real name because I feel like you call any monster a Muto, right?
yeah, I
It's
think that's
unidentified. What does it stand for? It's like,
mutated, unidentified something.
yeah,
Yeah, it's I
that
thought I had it here, but I don't have it anymore.
I had it at one point, but I also do not have it anymore. Massive unidentified
There you go.
terrestrial organism,
There you
which
go.
they all are. So,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
just
they could have. I
nitpicking
think
at this point.
just for the first movie, I don't know if they were like
Yeah, again,
trying
this
to
is
be a
where
little bit more
I
clever,
was
right?
talking
Like, oh, we don't
about,
know what they are, so let's just call them this.
yeah, how
Right.
deep were they going with this? So, let's go
But it
back
was it was
about,
good, dude.
yeah,
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a good first run.
yeah, it did great. The box office was great, as he said. Um, critics' response was all right. See, 76% Rotten Tomatoes. So, yeah, I got like B plus. Got a B plus on it, which I
Yeah,
think is pretty fair. I would say.
yeah. I don't disagree with that. I think this movie got some. So, like looking at the reviews, I think some people were pretty harsh on it. But everyone's a fucking critic. So,
Well,
I think people.
you're looking at critic reviews, so
Yeah, but I mean, like, just people like critics fucking suck. Right? Just in general, like, right? I don't look at a lot of like critic reviews. I look at a lot of like people reviews. But like regular people try to be like hardcore critics,
okay.
and it's just I get it. Like you're trying to give your 2 cents, but like I feel like too many people will try to be too negative when they could just go into a movie with like and just see the movie for what it is. You know what I mean? I think everybody always tries to see a movie and pick out flaws instead of pick out positive shit about the movie. And like with this movie, man, you look at all the positive aspects of the movie, the way Godzilla was shot, the way that it was seen. There's some negatives in this movie for sure if you want to focus on them. But why focus on them when you can focus on the cool shit in this movie like Godzilla kicking ass? So
For sure.
it was a fun movie.
Oh my god, that that fire breath down the throat of the last
Yeah,
Muto.
he just grabs his fucking gun. It's just awesome as fuck, dude.
I mean, you talked about King Kong being smart, but they
Yeah.
definitely gave some IQ to this Godzilla. He's not just a monster. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He uses his powers, whatever you want to call them, to
Yeah.
benefit. Complete
And
benefit.
he
So.
smashes that one with his tail too, right? Doesn't like come
Yep.
flying at him. He like turns and fucking whop, smashes the
Whap.
shit out of it. Yeah, it's a great
Fucking
movie.
male.
All right, so it's the next one's Skull Island, right?
Yep, moving it back to the 70s. The Playston studies, I said, meant.
Yeah,
Again,
placement.
this cast, I mean,
Killer too.
tops the first one, I mean, which was a
Yeah,
solid cast. This one, I love this cast.
yeah, it's a
I
great
love
cast.
fucking Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, of course, John Goodman. Oh, John Goodman is fuck
John
yeah.
C. Riley,
Yep,
dude.
Brie
Brie
Larson's in
Larson,
there.
Brie Larson,
Uh,
dude. Uh,
fucking
oh, what's
man,
his
they
face is
about to
in it
have
too?
Avengers in
Fucking
here, man.
um,
With all these characters, man, they got what? Samuel L. Jackson, Brie Larson, and Tom Hiddleston. Yeah,
yeah,
they're just straight.
Shea Wiggum too. That dude's a great, great actor too, man. He gets messed up at the end though. He tries to go out like a champ, and goes out like a bitch.
Right? Oh, that was like, what?
Call. Yeah, he's all like he grabs the grenades and then the
Come at
skull
me.
crusher, or whatever skull crusher smacks him into the mountain.
Dies for no reason.
What's that?
Said dies for no reason, basically.
Yeah,
He bought them a
crazy.
little time, I guess.
Yeah, he
That's
bought
about
him a
it.
couple seconds. uh,
Uh, anyways, getting into this. Obviously, Kong. King Kong, baby.
yeah,
Stuck on, oh, I shouldn't say stuck on, but lives Skull Island. Um, again, beautiful. I mean, those opening shots of, at least when they get to the island, I should say, is just fantastic.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's really good scenes, man.
really good stuff. They got the good stuff.
Yeah, that opening scene where Samuel L. Jackson's the commander of that platoon or whatever going in on the fucking helicopters, man, and Kong fucking pops up, dude, and just starts fucking jacking him up.
Right? Or right before.
It,
Man,
right
I don't know
away,
how
man.
well. Let's go back like 5 seconds. I don't know how well you would be actually able to hear that music that the one copter is playing, but that is also badass.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's how you get
yeah.
pumped up.
Yeah, dude, it just starts off. I mean, it did. I thought it had a really good start too. The movie didn't start off too slow. It had that World War II starting where the two
Yep.
pilots land on the planet or
Yep.
land on the island, and then they are going to go fight each other, but then like Kong pops up, like reaches over the cliff edge, right,
Yeah.
and
John C.
like that's
Riley's
where
character. Yep.
yeah, and then you like okay, that's where it starts, and then you get some storyline, some plot line builds up there and stuff like that, and then they got to go to that island,
Yep.
but when that helicopter scene comes in, dude, and Kong just starts jacking shit up, dude. It's just what a fantastic scene, man, with Kong. That's when I was like, okay, I'm in. Like I'm
I'm in.
sold, 1,000% sold on whatever they want to do with Kong for the rest of the time because like just the way he was grabbing them and like doing shit, dude, and like jumping around was just really cool. So and like he was holding nothing back. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was like the opposite of Godzilla, you know what I mean? Where like Godzilla didn't care about humans. Kong obviously has this like he knows a threat when he sees a threat, and he's like, "You're in my territory. You're fucking with me. I'm killing you." You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's like he's just like, just taking them all out, man, which is great, So
Yep. 1973. That's when this takes
yeah,
place.
yeah, 1973.
And the what they're called, Monarch guys,
Yeah, Monarch.
kind of starts getting in, learning about these monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's John Goodman's
yep,
character, right?
John
He's
Goodman
trying to,
and his sidekick. I always forget his
yeah,
name.
he trying to go there to. They know they're trying to prove them right, prove that they exist, and because somebody destroyed one of that was assuming that was Godzilla, right? That destroyed his ship
Yep.
when he was in the military or whatever. So
Yep.
he's trying to prove that they exist. It's island. They get there. Well, they exist.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, but
Oh.
but then they end up getting they end up releasing the
These
what do they
skull
call them?
crawlers.
Skull crawlers. Yeah,
So,
that's a good.
yeah,
That's
is
what
what they call them.
yeah, I said crushers. Sorry, it's crawlers. The
Yeah,
skull
that's
crawlers,
what.
which are a really cool creature too, right? I mean, those things were
Oh yeah, those
really
things are
fucking awesome. So
badass looking.
yeah, really cool, dude. Really primitive, vicious looking little animals, you know. So those are pretty fun. So, and then it's just about the humans trying to escape to dealing with Kong and those things at the same time.
You're right.
It's a really fun. It's a really fun full ride movie, man, with Kong fighting those things and humans fighting them at the same time. It was.
Yep.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, so did I. But you know, just great character cast. Great work with King Kong.
Yeah,
You know, good
yeah, it's
story
incredible.
too. I mean,
Incredible.
it was solid.
Yeah, I liked it all, dude. I liked.
Samuel L.
Yeah,
Jackson trying to murder Kong. And,
yeah, he was mad because he killed all of his troops, so he wanted his revenge,
yep.
and then he gets smushed.
Smooshed.
He gets absolutely smushed. It's hilarious. It's
In a
hilarious.
very Samuel L. Jackson way too.
Yep.
Oh, mother.
Very deep blue sea moment. But yeah, dude. Just I enjoyed this movie so much, man. I liked it a lot, man. Yeah, dude. I'm still just blown away by how much I really just enjoyed this movie, and I loved the setting. I just Kong, man, and I really liked what they did with him, and I loved the John C. Riley in it, dude. And having the, I like John C. Riley, man. He
Hilarious.
usually plays the same kind of character,
Yep.
but having him as the comic relief in this movie was perfect
Oh yeah.
because he did a really good job breaking a lot of that tension in this movie,
Uh
which I
huh.
felt like needed it. We talked about how good like Ragnarok was. I'm not saying this movie's as good as Ragnarok; it's nowhere near it. But it like to me having like a serious film with that comedy element was really good, and that's what this movie did for me. I was like every time he did stuff, I was like laughing at him because it was just a funny moment
Yeah.
because he just did good shit. And it had a good ending for him too, because
Oh
he got
man.
at the end of it, he was able to finally get back home after being trapped on this island for 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't when they built that boat out of his old ship, did that give you a lot of Jurassic Park vibes like it gave me? Like them floating down the river in I think it's the third. I want to say it's the third Jurassic Park.
Man, I don't even remember the third Jurassic Park. It's been so long since I watched that movie, man. I don't. That's the one where they go back to save the sun, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's all I remember about that movie.
Yeah. No problem. No,
Yeah,
but for people that know, they'll know. um. Anyways, that was kind of the first two. Uh, you know, Skull Island was made in 2017 with King of the Monsters coming out in 2019. So only a 2 year gap. We get the ball really rolling.
yeah.
And man, King of the Monsters, man,
Oh man, that's one
fan fucking tastic, man.
action packed, man.
Oh yeah, from top to bottom, man.
Yeah, this was.
I love how they did a really good job of, as we said, the one thing we felt on the first one is that the main people characters was maybe a little underwhelming.
Yes.
They did a great job of kind of replacing them without replacing them.
Yeah.
Bringing in kind of a different family, but giving them a good purpose still. They, if anything, it felt like a bigger purpose than what the other family was
They
kind of
made them
setting.
plot drivers, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. There you go. That's what I meant.
yeah, yeah, it made them actual characters to drive the plot and gave the plot armor, right? It made them plot armor people that you have to have characters in your. If you're gonna make a monster movie and you're gonna have humans in it, you got to have the humans actually have plot drivers.
Yep.
So because it's hard to have the monsters drive the plot, because you can't talk and shit unless you're making a Disney movie. So when you're making a monster film, the humans got to drive the plot, and this one did that. I thought they did a really good job. So because once again, I mean, well acted. I don't think this one was as well acted as some of the other ones were, but this one was up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the cast was quite as great as Skull Island,
No,
and
but
I
once
don't
again,
think, obviously, I think Skull Island had the best cast out
yes,
of these
yeah,
four
I agree.
movies.
I agree.
But it was still fantastic. Bringing in Millie Bobby Brown as
Yeah, it's good.
as a growing actor as she was great in this movie.
Yep,
And then Kyle Chandler is
yep, it's
always a
good.
solid choice at any movie.
Yeah,
Um,
and I can't pronounce her. The Vera Farmiga. Is
yeah,
that right?
she was
Yeah,
great.
she's good. She's good
Um,
in a lot of stuff she's done, right? So
I absolutely hate Bates Motel, but she was great in that.
yeah, so I've never watched that.
No, don't.
No,
Skylar loves it. I hate it.
yeah, yeah, I'm good. I won't. I
it's
won't, it won't ruin anything psycho related for me. So,
it's fucked up.
once again, Ken Watanabe in this one, man. You talk about me and my one of my cousins, man. We always had these things back and forth. We'd watch movies. We'd always text each other. We wouldn't ruin them, but we'd always tell movies. Here, people going out like champs.
Yeah.
In this one, man, the Ken, spoiler alerts, like always, the Ken Watanabe character in this one, the Shirazawa, holy shit, dude. Like, what the balls on this man. Like, what a beautiful moment in the film. For me, I loved everything about this moment. For him to, like, go through all that radiation and fire and, like, the lava, to walk up to Godzilla and, like, pull the nuke and put his hand on Zilla and shit and, like, do that was just beautiful, man. And, like, because he's been, like, fighting for him because he knew he was, like, a protector more than he was a menace. And, like, it was just a really great scene. I thought it was awesome as fuck. But yeah, it made a lot of good actors in it. Charles Dance is in it. Can't go wrong with Charles Dance.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's goddamn Tywin Lannister, man.
I know.
Along with other billion other roles that dude's been in.
Yeah. I know. He gets everyone sees him now, and that's the only role they think of anymore.
He's the fucking bad guy from Last Action Hero, man. It's one of my favorite villains, dude. It's great. But anyway, great movie, dude. He just monsters every 2 seconds, and
Oh my god, that was awesome. And I hope they keep growing upon it. I feel like they toned back the amount of monsters in Godzilla versus Kong. Well, obviously
yeah,
they did, but I hope they go back. I hope they keep going. I mean, I hope they don't end it at just 4. I mean, I'd be kind of okay with it, but at the same time, I feel like there's much more they could keep doing with this series. Why not?
yeah. I mean, I really liked this a lot, dude. I liked what's the fuck? What is this goddamn? It's Rodan, right?
What?
The Hydra monster. Is that how you say that, Rodan?
Oh, Dan.
Isn't that how you say the Hydra monster's name from?
Mechagodzilla?
No, from King of the Monsters.
Oh!
You're jumping ahead here, dude.
I know. I didn't know what we were doing. That's why I was so confused. No, it's King Ghidorah.
Yeah, Ghidorah. Yeah, Rodan's the flying one, right?
Yeah, he's the guy out of the
Yeah.
volcano.
Yeah, that's the book. Okay, yeah.
Which he's also a badass.
Oh,
And they kind of
Ghidorah,
pimped
yeah,
him
okay.
down a bit. He's usually a much bigger foe than
Yeah,
some of Godzilla's other stuff. But
yeah.
no, King Ghidorah is definitely the all-time. That's one thing
Yeah.
you missed. I know we talked about. I don't know if we were talking about recording or before about the Netflix anime show.
Mm.
they do a pretty interesting take on that on King Ghidorah. But anyways, yeah, I mean, let's get into King Ghidorah, three-headed badass dragon,
Yeah, dude.
alien.
Freaking.
You would have thought all these guys were aliens, but I guess not.
uh, yeah, which is weird, right? I mean, how did you feel about that? Like that plot, like making him an alien
Um, I want to
instead of an actual
say,
like, because everything else has been like from that world, right? From that below the earth,
yeah.
from, and then they made this one fucking character, this one monster, like an alien, and that's why he was like a challenging for like the alpha role.
So in again the anime trilogy I was talking about, he's also an alien.
Okay.
I don't know what he is in some of the other ones. I
Yeah, I
would,
don't know much about the old school originality of it and stuff, so I don't. I'm assuming that's what he always is.
yeah, maybe
Then
he is always an alien, maybe not.
I
Um,
don't. I don't know.
Kind of looking up some of his old stuff, but I'm not seeing a fictional monster. Fucking three-headed. He's just an awesome fucking monster, man. I mean,
Yeah, dude, they did a really good job
I
taking
didn't
like that.
realize, when I first saw some of the previews for this movie, I didn't realize how big of a monster he was going to be in this. But I thought it was going to be badass that he was in it because I always liked. I played one of the Godzilla video games a ton as a kid, and I definitely played him a lot. I can see why now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really say that he's always an alien, so
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Hydra concept, right? I mean, they're great concepts. I mean, and all through so many fucking mythologies, dude, from so many different histories. There's always been a version of a Hydra, right? So
Yeah.
taking a play on that and putting it in a story and how it is in Godzilla lore, and then what
Mm-hmm.
they did with it in this one was just fucking great because it's just a badass monster. So, and all the fight scenes were fucking epic as shit. I love it. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you kind of knew though, right? Because it's like when you watch some of those scenes in some of those films, you knew where it was kind of going, right? Because you knew that Godzilla is not going to lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's some of those times some of that shit gets a little ruined, but it's still fun to watch.
Yeah.
But what I thought was cool in this one was having the having Mothra come in
Mm-hmm.
and shit was fucking epic and
Yeah.
stuff. I thought that was pretty fucking cool, man, and that having that aspect in there was fucking awesome. So I wasn't really expecting that to come into play.
No. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, same. I didn't. I mean, I knew Mothra was who Mothra was. She was a character I stayed away from. But I mean, she's in this verse anyway. She's pretty. She seems pretty powerful
Yeah,
in her own right. Maybe not just indestructible, but powerful.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it had a good ending. I
Yeah, no,
thought him fucking
I
eating a couple of the heads was awesome.
fucking couldn't ripping it, dude. Just ripping into it was fucking epic as shit, man. Yeah, it was good, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't, dude. I didn't really find too many problems about this movie really in general when I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it, man. Like I was saying earlier, I don't really go into movies to find flaws. I try to go in there to enjoy myself. And I sat there like enjoyed myself pretty much the whole entire time. The overall theme though, like what I've had for most of it is I just want more Godzilla, which is a
Yeah.
good thing, right? So that means if they make another one, I'm going to be happy, right? Because all that is just more Godzilla or more Kong, right? So that's I'm
Either way.
happy, which leads us into Godzilla vs Kong.
Yeah. Came out just over a month ago now. So if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, uh, I mean, we already spoiled it a little bit.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
uh, um, we got Godzilla versus Kong, and I was worried about this because when we last saw Kong, he was like 100 feet tall,
Yeah.
and in Kong's Island, and Godzilla's racking up at like almost 400 feet, he's like just under.
They
So
don't
it
do
was like, well, how is this gonna play out? But I think they did a great job making him tall, given a decent reason for him to leave his Skull Island.
Mhm.
Which I'm sure there's, as again, I don't know if I said this while we were recording, but there's a lot of extra background information you can find by reading some. They got, it looks like they got, oh geez, they got 8 books and 6 comics that go over a ton of this extra stuff. If you really want to dig into the lore of this universe, they have it. It's out there.
Yeah.
So and they also have video games that's supposed to tie into it. So
It's a lot, man.
they're taking, and I like seeing this. I like seeing that they're really taking that next step into, like versus, the MCU and DCU. Those are all just movies with, a couple TV shows now trickling in, where this, it's books, comics, video games, movies. Eventually we got a TV series coming out soon, that's all part of the same universe. So the the movies coming out that are all on the same, time frame and universe is not going away anytime soon, with
No.
how big, MCU got, and how well this is now doing is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see why. I mean, I'm with you. When I was a little worried, also for the same reasons when it came out. But then they said it in Skull Island that he was still like a child, right? That he was because he was still growing. He was
Adolescent
still
is what they said.
adolescent, right? So
But he grew to be 300 feet, so
yeah, he's a big boy,
pretty
man. Because there's
close.
always there's so when this movie was coming out, like Rebecca in some of her texts had like a joke like who was gonna win, and there's this great art drawing of like this funny art of like Godzilla holding Kong in like a baby carrier on his chest.
Who do you think
like,
is gonna win?
and like that's what that was always a joke because like it's forgot dude, Kong is so little compared to Godzilla. Like dude, it's just I squish you, and that's what I was like this when you seen after you seen what they're gonna do with Kong. It's like all right, they're gonna make him an actual legitimate contender by making him bigger, and that's what you need to do, and that's what they did, and it was super smart, man. And what you're talking about, what they did by making him leave the island, by there was like a constant storm happening, so they he ended up everybody there was died, right? So he like they like put like a protected dome over him, and eventually they were leaving. So which was it was a cool way to move some of the story around and things like that. And then I mean I love the first fight with him on the ships.
Oh my
That
god,
was
that is
epic.
amazing.
Epic as fuck. And then once again, man, the CGI work in these movies is just fucking fantastic. Just really well done. That fight scene is just great, dude, and it's just really cool.
It was awesome.
So
I just
yeah,
don't know if that carrier could hold a
yeah,
250,000-ton Godzilla.
yeah. I don't. I'm with you. Well, once again, we're
But
throwing
just
all
because
the
of
other
how
stuff.
awesome it was, I'm just gonna throw that crit out the window. We are
No,
not
no,
gonna worry about it.
throw it right out the window. But
That
yeah,
was
it
another
was
thing. Looking at their stats, that Godzilla weighs 100 times more than King Kong.
yeah, he's so
They are
thick,
not in the
dude.
same weight class.
He's a thick boy, dude. But
He
that's where you get the
is.
speed, right? Speed and agility goes to Kong,
Yeah.
right? And then strength and whatever else you want to goes to
Durability,
Godzilla, right?
whatever you want to say. Yeah, definitely.
Probably speed and maybe a little bit of like that endurance package, of being so big, which kind of played into it a little bit more. He took a lot of punishment and just kept coming. But I mean, and then as you get on, the plot drives, which once again, some of the same actors that were in, Godzilla, King of the Monsters was
Yeah,
in
they had a
there.
couple
Some of the
back,
same,
not too many.
not too many. Yeah, well, you had Millie Bobby Brown again.
Yeah, you had the
Uh,
Russells,
yeah,
minus Emma. Obviously, was killed off
right,
in the
right.
end of King of the
Well,
Monsters.
yeah. So
Um,
then you had some new people, which were fine. I liked the plot. Alexander Skarsgård was in it, which he did a good job. Um, Rebecca Hall, Eileen, right? Eileen Andrews, she did a good job.
yeah,
Um, the conspiracy guy, hilarious.
yep,
The podcast thing that was funny as shit. And then we talked a little bit about before at the Ken Watanabe, the Ren Shirazawa, the son operating the Mecha Godzilla.
yeah.
Right. That
He's
was the
into.
Mecha Godzilla in this was really cool, dude. I liked it a lot. I thought it
Yeah,
was cool.
I thought
Shit.
it was gonna be stupid. It was not.
Yeah, it was not,
I
dude.
I thought it was. They did a pretty solid job of not making it look stupid.
Yeah,
um,
I was really concerned when I heard that Mecha Godzilla was going to be in it, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Another character I played a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
I
was
liked it, dude.
quite cool.
The fight scenes, man, where they went down to the what do they call that underworld?
Hollow
Fucking
Earth.
Hollow Earth. Yeah, that scenes were fucking awesome as shit.
That was cool. The whole
Those were all
gravity
fun.
thing was pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
that dumb bitch tried to shoot at fucking Kong. Kong blew
Oh,
that
that's so
bitch up.
stupid.
So stupid. You shooting at
I
Kong
feel
boy,
like
dumb
that
bitch.
was a bit of a right. I also feel like a vehicle with the name. Oh, I just lost it. Somewhere around here. H something.
Yeah, I can't remember. Fucking
Anyways, it's supposed to be able to take tons of fucking pressure, just get squished. Heave.
yeah,
Yeah,
the heave. Yeah,
it
yeah.
heaves. It's supposed to be able to
Kong.
withstand super amounts of pressure. Kong just squishes.
Yeah, well, it's Kong, dude. He's a freaking gorilla, dude.
He's a gorilla.
Dude,
He's an
gorillas can
ape.
can bend, dude. A normal sized gorilla can take like ridiculous rebar, dude, and just fucking bend that shit, dude, like it's nothing. So I imagine a 300 whatever foot, however ton gorilla could smush anything he wanted to.
Like, yeah. It's like 250 or something tons or something.
And
I can't remember.
that's a big ass gorilla.
That's what I
And
was
then
saying,
dude, he
like
gets
100
an
times. Like
axe.
250 tons of
Yeah,
gorillas. Like, damn, that's
that's
heavy.
a big ass
Oh, yeah,
gorilla.
we
And then
got a
dude,
250,000 ton fucking lizard over here.
yeah.
10,
Yeah.
100 times the weight, 1,000 times. I don't know.
Oh man, but that tag team, I mean, they fight each other. When they fight each other, man, when Kong gets his axe, which is a cool scene because he goes to his home and he finds all that shit or whatever. That's a really cool
That
scene.
they had
Anyway,
beaten a Godzilla before is awesome. The
yeah,
axe is a fin, is an old Godzilla's fin. I don't know if you
yeah.
knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. That's pretty. That's why it can like absorb
Is that why he
Godzilla's.
can
Yep.
absorb it?
Mm-hmm.
That makes
And
more
that's why
sense.
he can cut into Godzilla with it.
All right, cool.
That's why all that. Not completely random. There's always little bits, So,
Yeah,
but yeah, obviously Godzilla ends up winning. I mean, I would have kind of hated it to see if. Honestly, there was no way I would have seen King Kong winning. And if they would have had him win in some way or shape or form, I don't know if I would have agreed with it. So,
I feel like once again, like we were talking about, dude. I think Godzilla is just so big and so strong. I love Kong, dude, and I'm a huge fan of gorillas just in general in my personal life.
yep.
Like, But still, that's a big ass lizard, dude. And he shoots laser fire out of his face. Like, this is like a mythical creature, man. And I get that.
I
So is
know.
Kong.
I'm also happy because in some iterations, Kong has like this lightning power.
Yeah,
I'm really happy they didn't give him that.
yeah, yeah. No, it's this.
He
I
gets
don't
like
know, man.
struck by lightning and then he's got lightning powers. Yes.
We talked about the facial expressions. The Kong facial expressions in this are and Godzilla's in this are amazing.
Oh yeah.
And because it's almost like they're communicating in this one because they end up tag teaming and they fight the
Yep.
Godzilla, which
Take him
is
out.
fucking
Which
awesome as
I
shit to
mean,
watch him
Mecha was
beat the shit up.
beating Godzilla's ass, or
Beating his ass, dude.
he would not have won that fight without
No, dude,
Kong.
he was dragging him all over the place. Get him up, dude.
Which is why I
Which is
think
which is
Godzilla
crazy.
decided to let him live, obviously, and all that.
Yeah.
Because originally, Kong was gonna die. Like
Yeah.
Kong straight up was gonna die if it wasn't for the other heave
Yeah.
thing that they did.
Yeah.
But no, that fight scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Again, you watch that fight scene, the movie's over, and it's just like, does it have to be over?
Right.
Can
Want
there be
more.
more?
Want more, dude. And that's, man, constantly with these movies, always.
Yeah,
I'm
every
like,
single one. I mean,
I want
Kong
more.
Skull Island was, I would say, as great as it was. I mean, I loved it,
Yeah.
enjoyed it. But
Good.
Godzilla, I don't know, something about Godzilla just be like, give me more.
Yeah. Dude, he just like, they like look at each other and he just like, meh. And he just turns and he goes into the fucking water and just swims away. And you're like,
Kong drops his eggs.
I'm going away. Like, oh, dude, I want, no, why? Like, isn't there another monster somewhere?
Where's the other monsters? Bring more in. Just let them start flying around or something.
Like, come on, man. Let's fight somebody new.
Yeah, I don't know what
Just
they're
really
gonna do on the
good.
next one. I would assume, Mechagodzilla 2 is a thing. I would assume some rich asshole is gonna make that. There's other
Yeah.
monsters that we haven't even seen.
Oh, sure, yeah. They'll
And what
figure
was
some
it?
shit out, dude.
So the biggest thing is there's so many monsters because Monarch has so many places. So in King of the Monsters, it gets up into like the 60s or so that we see when they're like Monarch Station 60 or something, right at the beginning of Godzilla vs. Kong, the Skull Island one is called Monarch Station 280 something, I think.
Yeah.
So who knows what is out there for monsters and
Right.
things. So they're definitely, I don't know. And there's always got to be somebody challenging for the throne, so and I'd like to see them explore. Honestly, the next movie I would like to see another Kong movie of him down in the Hollow Earth. I feel like they showed off like the one monster when they
Yeah.
were walking. I wish they would have had like just a visual or something, just seeing a shit ton of more monsters because it felt kind of empty, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The same thing. It felt
Felt a
like
little
when he was
empty.
running across it, like it was empty.
Yeah.
That was my
Um,
one of my knocks when I wasn't going to really bring it up, but that was one of my flaws about the film is that the Hollow Earth felt empty, other than that one monster that he fought for that split second.
Yep.
And it was like that bird
Ate
type
his brains
thing.
or whatever. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Uh,
But I enjoyed all of them, dude. I liked all of them, and I
fucking
wasn't
Godzilla
really.
blowing a fucking hole through fucking Earth.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome as shit.
Just like,
He's like,
oh, I
you're
sense
down
you
there.
right there.
Fucking giant hole through the middle of the planet. Like, okay.
Godzilla could literally destroy the planet. I mean, he could.
Yeah.
If he could blow a hole halfway down the Earth, he could blow a hole through the entire Earth and just destroy it all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, fucking
they're
nuts.
gonna be. It's gonna be awesome to see where they take this. Again, I don't know what they are planning next. Legendary, a great studio. Um, Man, have you seen both the Pacific Rims?
Yeah.
What do you compare them movies to this?
Oh, these are better.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, the second Pacific Rim was man.
I liked the first Pacific Rim.
I did. I liked the act. I felt like they went with the second one of that, and we won't touch on it too much. But I'm just kind of filling up our last 10 minutes here. Um, I feel like they kind of went high roll and got some actors with names, and I feel like that ruined it a little bit. They went,
Yeah.
they got John Boyega from Star Wars, and then they got a couple other guys, and it wasn't super bad. It still was funny and had some cool fighting moments, but I don't know.
Yeah, I felt like they had plenty of opportunity to keep going with that with that movie with the cast that they had from the first one.
Yeah, exactly. I
don't
wish they
know.
would have kept the same cast.
Well, then they killed off that
And then
chick
they killed
that
the
was in
chick.
first
Yeah, they
one,
killed
too.
the chick off right away, and the guy was nowhere to be seen. I don't know if they killed him off or not. I don't remember.
Yeah, they didn't say.
But
Well, that's what's his face, right, from Sons of Anarchy.
yes. That's a
Yeah,
good
I think
question.
that was. He was in King Arthur
Yeah, I just
movie.
watched King Arthur. That wasn't too bad of a movie.
I love that movie, dude. It's
Yeah.
super underrated, in my opinion.
My grandfather hated that movie. I don't know why. Or
The newest
disliked
King
it.
Arthur,
Hate is a strong word. He disliked it.
Charlie Hunnam. Yeah, Charlie Hunnam.
These
I
are-
thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. But, back.
Yeah, I feel like you like you had a really. I thought the first Pacific Rim was really good, dude. And as far as like monster movies go, I really liked everything about it, and I thought what they did was really great. And I always butcher his name, but Del Toro, I always butcher his first name. Uh, just great, right? I've loved everything that dude's done for the most part. And the first movie was just great, dude. I don't know, man. It was really well done, and that second one was just blah, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. It wasn't very good.
So, future is kind of up in the air for Monsterverse, saying they're kind of at a crossroads. Um, they have a number of idea for movies. Quietly taking steps.
They
One or
got some
more
time, man.
installments. Son of Kong.
Yeah, that's something, right?
That's the next one. So yeah, there you go. Back to a Kong being down there. Maybe there are more giant fucking apes down there that we just happen
That'd be
to
cool.
see. It did
That'd be
look
fun.
pretty big. It didn't look like it was like a small place at any means. So definitely could be more area down there in that Hollow Earth to explore. Maybe there's more apes that they don't hang around that old castle anymore or something. It'll be cool. But
I'm in, dude. Whatever they do, man, I'm in all
Yep.
of it.
Same.
I'm in. I'm sold. They're all great, dude. They're all fun. I don't know. I enjoyed all of them a lot, and I will be a fan. They can keep making them. I'm sure that I'll keep watching them. So
Man. I have a Godzilla. I'm gonna look. I think I might look around for some Godzilla movies. Or games. I got a 2014 game that for PS4. I might see if it's free or something.
Yeah.
Dude, there's an online multiplayer mode. Yo, let's go.
Let's do it.
Anyways, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe. Let us know what you think of this series and what the future holds in the comments below. And join us next week when we talk about a topic we have yet to figure out. Like always, we'll smush it in. We got more ideas than we know what to do with, which is the problem. It's not that we're running out of ideas or anything. It's just you never know what to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. It's always something.
Always something. Anyways, again, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Peace.